and it's Super Sunday time. It's a double header yet again, as we are used to on Sundays. And today, Mumbai Indians take on Kolkata Knight Riders at the Wankhede Stadium in the afternoon game. And in the evening game, it's the defending champions Gujarat Titans against, I think, this year's most formidable side, Rajasthan Royals. And with me, I have Shubhan Chakraborty. Shubhan, what do you expect of the Mumbai versus KKR match first?
I was just trying to take out the head-to-head record between these two teams. I think this is the most one-sided matchups in the history of IPL. I don't know how KKR, even though they are in the best of form, they have been in the best of forms in the past. This somehow that there's a mental blockage or that's a psychological thing. They somehow play MI and lose badly against them. I don't know what it is, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating that they have MI have dominated this rivalry so badly. It's
True.
21-6. The head to head is 21-6, 21 in favor of Mumbai Indians.
Well, definitely, KKR would look to change it. But there is something
Right.
interesting that has happened. Rohit Sharma has not walked out to the toss. It's Surya Kumar Yadav who has come out
Okay.
to the toss, and Mumbai Indians have won the toss and they have decided to bowl first. And Nitish Rana
Okay.
said that KKR was looking to bat first. Do you
Right.
think that approach was because it's the afternoon game and the dew factor is not supposed to, work?
I think I will go with what Nitish Rana said that most of the afternoon games it's easier to bat first and preserve the energy also of your bowlers and your fielders of your middle order batters so that they can come and feel fresh in the second innings. Also the pitch it is extremely hot in every part of India right now. Not raining anywhere. It's 40-degree plus everywhere, and I expect it to be the same there in Mumbai. It will be hot, it will be humid, at least in the first part of the inning. So uh, before the pitch dries up, I think it's wise to bat first and put up a good score. But at the same time, Rohit Sharma, Trisha, I think is this the workload thing going on? What do you think?
I'm actually pretty surprised, especially because Rohit Sharma was not looking in great touch. Last match he came back. I wouldn't say last match he played really convincingly, but he did begin to play convincingly towards the end of his innings, and that is where
Right.
if unless it's a niggle or a workload management
Yes,
as
Surya has actually said that Rohit has a stomach bug. So
yes.
it's the summer for everyone, I would say there.
Absolutely. Because, see, Shubhani, it doesn't make any sense until and unless
Right.
there is a niggle to have someone like Rohit Sharma out. But you know what? It
Hmm.
could be a blessing in disguise because now Mumbai might be forced to open with someone like a Cameron Green along with Ishan
Right.
Kishan,
Right.
which we
Right.
haven't
And
seen too
that,
much from them.
yeah. Yes, Cameron Green as an opener has made his impact for the Australian team as well. So it will be interesting, but I guess it will be more interesting if KKR bring in a Sunil Narayan or a Varun Chakravarti straight away in the power play because not both of them. I think Cameron Green and Ishan Kishan they have their issues against spin bowling. So it will be interesting how the KKR team plans it out.
Well, the important part is today Marco Janssen's brother is playing, right?
Yes,
Duan
Duan
Jensen.
Jansen.
Can you tell me a little more about him? Is he also like a tall stature like Marco Jansen, similar bowling styles?
Not as tall as Marco, but yes, a good all-rounder. He has been in decent form for in the SA T20 as well. So good to see that. But he's primarily a bowler first. Marco can bat. Marco can bat. Duan, I don't think he's that good a batter, but he's quick. He's again a left-arm pacer. Yes, Trisha.
Well, you know what? April is supposed to be the month of Sachin Tendulkar, and
Right.
tomorrow onwards, we will be celebrating a Sachin Tendulkar fortnight.
Right.
But before that, to celebrate his 50th birthday, Arjun Tendulkar is making his IPL debut for Mumbai Indians today. Big, big news. Um, First question first, pressure on the lad. He knows every single eye is on him, and it is not because he is Arjun, but because he's a
Hmm.
Tendulkar.
Right.
What will be the mindset of Arjun Tendulkar?
He would know that all the eyeballs. This match will be all about Arjun Tendulkar. He knows that. He knows that it has been the case when he was sitting on the bench for the Mumbai team. When he used to play the age group cricket, age group level, they used to be everywhere. Arjun Tendulkar playing this, Tendulkar doing that. I remember one incident in New Delhi. The Goa team, Arjun shifted to Goa to make his
Yes.
domestic team base. Rajaraman sir has also joined us. Arjun made switched his state team to Goa to play more in the first 11, and they were holding a camp in Dwarka, New Delhi. So I remember a couple of media guys calling me and say, Sachin Tendulkar is is coming to see Arjun bat at the nets. I said no. There has been no such report. Sachin Tendulkar doesn't see Arjun Tendulkar play or go about his business, at least in the domestic circuit, and that is where I think I'll give credit to the Tendulkar family. Although they have provided everything to Arjun, they have kept them aside from his career. They have not. Poked their noses into the Arjun's career that you should not move to Goa, you should do this, you should do that. I think that's a good enough. But Arjun knows that there will be eyeballs around him, cameras around him. Fans will be on his ears every time he bowls. Even if he bowls a bad spell, there's a threat of criticism on social media. I've seen that with Rohan Gavaskar's career, that every time he used to fail, although he was a stalwart for Bengal, but for India, every time he used to fail, there used to be a criticism, there used to be trolling, this nepotism thing. But I think Arjun is a fairly talented boy. I've seen him train, I've seen him play for Goa as well. He's a very talented boy and has done well for Goa actually.
Rajaraman, welcome to the show. And obviously, the first question will be Arjun Tendulkar. We were talking about the kind of pressure that Arjun Tendulkar will be under, of course, because of the Tendulkar surname. I mean, we have seen that happen to Gayatri Gopichan. Because I had seen, sir, during CWG when Gayatri's name was being announced during a match. The names are announced. When they said Gayatri, the stadium was fairly going like, yes. And the moment the word came Gopichan, everyone started screaming because, of course, that's a famous surname. So, carrying this surname and then a little about Arjun himself, of course. Rajaram.
I think the surnames are always heavier than we can ever imagine. I have been a second generation journalist and I know the pressures I faced in Hyderabad, where my father was a sports journalist. So I cannot even imagine the kind of pressure that Arjun will be facing, primarily because he will be on television and he will be scrutinized much more than I ever was. Uh, Bradman's son changed his name to Bradson, his surname to Bradson, so that nobody would recognize him. That's the kind of pressure that surnames bring in. Rohan Gavaskar will be in a good position to tell us what that Gavaskar surname meant. Similarly, the Amarnath brothers, they faced a lot when Lala Amarnath was around and they had to prove themselves. So surnames are always heavier than I think any of us can understand. I have rarely seen Arjun Tendulkar bowl, but I think he's done well to take bowling as his specialty rather than batting, because he would be compared with his father. Whether he batted right-hander or left-hander would not matter, but he would always be compared. I think he did a smart decision to try and do the seam bowling stuff. Seems talented. He's picked up a few wickets, has been able to handle the pressure of the surname. I think he's been able to build his own world and live within that. And I think he's done well for himself. I read a comment some days ago on Twitter saying that he must get a game because just because he's a Tendulkar, you can't be denying him that game. So I'm glad that he gets an opportunity.
So true. I think when you say this, I had tweeted this last year also, because if you remember, towards the end, Mumbai was trying out every single domestic player, and somehow Arjun Tendulkar was missing. And I felt, and this is completely my opinion, nobody told me, that I felt it was because of the surname probably that he was missing out or whatever. And that's exactly the reason I had tweeted that, you know what, just because he's an Arjun Tendulkar, he cannot miss out. He has to have his
And
own chances. Whether he
yeah,
fails,
and
whether
and
he
this
loses.
And Trisha, this season he has worked hard with a particular person whose name is Yograj Singh, the father of Yuvraj Singh. So a hard taskmaster, a extremely hard taskmaster, but he has done well. He has done well under Yograj with the Goa team. He's a tall guy who has a nippy action, can give you a bit of inswing to the right handers. So let's see how he goes about his business. Bowling first, so I am pretty sure he will get the new ball as well. Playing for Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede, the place where Sachin Tendulkar broke so many records, played so many matches. I think everything must be flashing in front of his eyes right now.
Shubham,
Absolutely.
before I joined the show, I heard you say cite some records, okay, in favor of Mumbai Indians against head-to-head record. None of these matches featured, as you would say, a certain Chandrakant Pandit, right? You
Hmm.
know that Chandu Pandit knows this ground inside out, and he can make a
Absolutely.
good.
Ah,
And I think that is the reason why Nitish Rana said that they would have wanted to bat first as well and post the
right.
score. I think it is a smart way of attempting to put pressure on Mumbai Indians, especially when Rohit Sharma is not around. So who knows? Today might be the day when the score improves to 721.
Yes. Bharat, welcome to the show. And when we talk about Chandrakant Pandit, he has definitely changed something about KKR. But what he hasn't been able to change probably is the opening woes for KKR. Do you see a Jason Roy coming in today, Bharat?
No, Jason
I
Roy.
haven't seen the team yet.
No, no,
No,
Jason
this
Roy is not
Chandrakant
playing.
Pandit
Jason Roy is
won't
not
No,
playing.
pick it
Jason.
up.
They have still stuck with Rahmanullah Gurbaz. You
Even
think a good move, or maybe they could have gone with Jason Roy?
maybe,
Bharat, can you
but
hear me?
they perhaps want to give a couple of openers. They want to give a couple of openers more chances because they want stability. One who we have seen in domestic cricket, he has helped many teams. Even with Madhya Pradesh, brought that kind of confidence into side. So you do expect with Chandrakant Pandit around that the side, KKR side also would play with a kind of positive energy, even with how he has rotated, how he has changed the batting order. For example, Shardul Thakur is one of them. Some other side might have not brought him up the order, but he brought him up the order one place in that game against RCB. So he's someone I think he's very tactically is very good, and with him around, we expect any team to play with motivation.
Right. Before I continue to ask my questions, we have a few comments. If we can, if Swapnil, you can just show me the comments. There you go. Shomojit Das Chaudhary. IPL 2023 this week. RCB lost in Bangalore. But RCB won in Bangalore too. Yeah, that's written. Delhi Capitals lost in Delhi. CSK lost in Chennai. Punjab in Mohali. KKR in Kolkata. RCB won in Bangalore. Yes. And then LSG lost in Lucknow. So basically, I think what Shomajit is trying to ask is, though he hasn't really asked anything, but his question is home ground Rajaraman proving to be uh, a bit of, let's not say unlucky, but not really lucky either.
I think this is more of a fan looking at a trend and thinking that this is going to work tonight as well. No harm in fans looking at small things like this and hoping that KKR will turn the tide and beat Mumbai Indians as well. But it's very interesting, Shubhayan and Trisha, that while Sky told us that Rohit Sharma has got a stomach bug and has been left out of the squad, and therefore Surya Kumar Yadav is leading. They have announced Rohit Sharma as a possible impact player. So I don't know if this
Yes.
is game being played. I don't know. what the scenario is, or if Rohit is being brave and saying that I will brave the stomach bug, I'll wait for an hour and a half, and if I need to bat, I will come out and bat and do a good job. So does look like a little bit like mind game that Mumbai Indians playing with KKR at the moment. Anybody who looks at the team sheet and looks at Rohit Sharma as an impact player, as a possible impact player, will wonder what really is happening.
True. Um,
At
the
the
other
at
issue,
the same time, I feel Rohit really the Heat. I think they want to evade that. They want to evade that because last evening in Kolkata we saw how Andre Russell was struggling with the humidity. So maybe they want to safeguard their most senior most players from that sort of heat. Yes, Prisha.
Shubhan, but Andre Russell suffers a lot from injuries. That I don't think we can directly
That's
compare him
that's
to
the
that.
question. That's the question I was going to ask to Bharat. Andre Russell again in the starting 11, despite cramps in the last game, not performing well for KKR. Although he bowled well in the last match, but again he couldn't finish his quota due to his niggles or dehydration, whatever you can say. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, we have seen from the past, right? Even knee injuries, his back cramps, he has suffered basically everything. Perhaps it goes back to the point that what Andy Roberts said some years ago, that modern day pace bowlers, modern day seam bowling all rounders, they don't run a lot. They do a lot. They don't do a lot of running, but it's not about gym body that perfect health. That's what uh, Andy Roberts believes. Is that a point related to Andy Russell? I don't know, but is someone who suffers a lot. But KKR definitely look at him as one of their key players. So they keep playing, hoping that at some point, yeah, you can bowl a couple of overs or something of that sort. And obviously, he's a key player for them. Still, they believe that as a batsman.
Interesting thoughts on that, Rajaman sir. I mean, Andre Russell still starting despite not doing anything with the bat so far.
So you've got to back Andrew Russell because he can win you matches of his own. Uh, that he's not bowled at all this season, except in the last game where he picked up 3 wickets but went off after 2.1 over with cramps, or whether it was a muscle pull, we don't know. But it looks like he's fit. Otherwise, they would not pick him. Chandu Pandit, you can be sure, will not pick even a player of Andrew Russell's stature if he's not 100%. I'm sure they're hoping that he will do a good job today and deliver the goods for the side. He's not done that. He's not yet come to the party. Definitely not with the bat. I think he had one cameo, which is not going to be enough. They want more from him, and that's probably why he's been included in the 11. He must be 100% fit. A cramp is something that you can overcome quickly and be back to normal soon. I think it's not so much a muscle pull as a cramp, and therefore he's back on the field.
absolutely. Um, well, you know, today is a special day for the Mumbai Indians. And Shubhan, uh, tell us a little about the event that Mrs. Ambani has arranged at the Wankhede 19,000 kids uh, from different 36 different NGOs, if I'm not
Right,
wrong.
right. So this is a unique initiative at the Wankhede by the entire Mumbai Indians and the entire franchise, and we can see the visuals as well. A total of 19,000 girls would be coming from 36 NGOs and 200 special children as well to celebrate this new initiative called the ESA Day. And it is to inspire the other girls to take up sport, take up the sporting culture, and be part of something special. And kudos to them. I'm not sure. I didn't see the toss, but there were reports that Harmanpreet Kaur was also about to come at the toss. So I could see it. So if overall, I think it's a great initiative to involve other kids from the NGOs and other stuff to be part of something, it's any sort of sport, not only cricket, but to be part of this culture. This is a good move, I feel.
Absolutely. Something like this actually, and they will be wearing the women's team jersey. So today it won't be
Yeah.
the blue and gold; it will be blue and orange. Um, Rajaraman, how important are these initiatives? Because we have seen that Mumbai Indians do these sort of small initiatives on their own to encourage sports in the country, and in many ways, you know.
I think it's important. I think it's important that IPL and cricket does not see itself in isolation to rest of society. So this kind of integration always helps, and I think it motivates players, motivates young to take to sport. It motivates the athletes who are already in sport when teams like Mumbai Indians rope them in and have conversations with them. Great to see Harmanpreet Singh out on the field having a chat with the officials. I think it's critical that cricket is no longer working in isolation. It needs to see itself as a huge part of society and how it can contribute to social change. I think that is what Mumbai Indians are trying. I think the kudos to the franchise. Some years ago, we did that with Delhi Capitals. We tied up with the UNICEF and got a number of brand ambassadors as well, and a lot of young people to come in and watch the game. I think it's a huge part of where uh, where cricket sees itself and how relevant it is to society, flowing back to the society from which it is gaining is very very critical, and I think that is what Mumbai Indians has done now.
Well, just before both Rajarman and Bharat joined the show, we were talking about Duan, Jan, Duan Jensen, if I've got the pronunciation correct.
Yes, yes, Luan Jansen.
Yeah, yeah, Duan Jensen. Also, Mumbai Indians now with Arjun Tendulkar, Duan Jensen have left armers, two left armers in their squad. Um, Tell us a little more, Bharat, about Duan Jensen, and of course about MI's bowling, because probably it is a little contrast. KKR is more of a better bowling side than MI.
Yeah, we can say that definitely KKR is better. They have the spinners, but Dwayne Jensen is the tall bowler, as you know, is a brother of Marco. But perhaps not as good as, definitely, I don't think he's as good as Marco, but he's very tall cricketer. Gets a little bit of bounce, not as quick as Marco, doesn't swing, doesn't get the movement like Marco, but he's tall. So he's tall, gets bounce, and should trouble the batters. If he that's a little bit of bounce, then he can come into the equation definitely. And Mumbai also have Arjun Tendulkar. That's what I saw. So they have two tall bowlers, well over 6 feet. So they might look at both of them to get a little more bounce. Interesting to see how he goes in this game, Dwayne Johnson.
Right. You know what, Shubhan, while speaking of Mumbai and KKR, what you and I probably have completely forgotten, today is a double header. So there's a second match as well, Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals. I will directly come to Rajaraman. Gujarat's opening pair, Joss Butler and
Rajasthan's
Yashasvi
opening pair.
Jaiswal. Sorry?
Rajasthan's opening pair. Rajasthan's opening pair,
Rajasthan,
not
yeah, my
Gujarat.
bad. Rajasthan's opening pair, Josh Butler and Yashasvi Jaiswal have been superb. Especially Yashasvi Jaiswal, because Josh Butler, we all know that how he can bat. Just talk to us a little about Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Oh, we can't forget that Ridhiman Shah and Shubman Gill have been just as good for
Exactly,
Gujarat.
that's why I was thinking about them, and
Yeah.
that's why it got a little mixed up.
So it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. Yashasvi has been exciting. He's played fearlessly, and I think in Josh Butler's company, he has even blossomed a bit. It's very interesting to see what IPL can do to some of these young cricketers who are not only fearless but ready to absorb critical lessons from the masters. And I think that's the beauty of IPL. But don't discount the Gujarat Titans. Yes, Rajasthan Royals are hot. They look a very good side, but I don't think we should forget that Gujarat Titans is the defending champion and has played some very good cricket as well. Yes, they were surprised in one game, but I think Gujarat Titans will not want to be considered as a pushover. Definitely not. So it's going to be a great contest. I think it'll be one of the finest that we have seen in IPL. We have seen a number of close matches, But I think this battle is going to be very critical. Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals will be exciting. I think uh, the first match we will know in the next half hour what is going to happen. But I think it's important that Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals, everybody fastens the seat belt and doesn't leave for about 3.5 hours.
Just one point I
That's
wanted
an
to add.
interesting.
Just
Yes,
one
Bharat.
point I wanted to add. SSV Jaiswal, in this IPL at least, we have seen bowlers targeting him in short balls. He looks to clear the front leg and tries to hike. A couple of times it's been dismissed. So it would be interesting to see how he goes against GT's seam attack. They have a good seam attack. So it would be interesting to see how he goes. These are just lessons for a youngster like SSV Jaiswal as he goes up higher up in the rank, higher up in the cricketing echelons, he will get to face better bowlers, better attacks. Obviously, there would be plans would be made against teams. So it would be interesting to see how he goes against GT's fine attack because bowlers have started to targeting with a short ball in this IPL.
Absolutely.
Raj, Rajaraman, will it be a battle of Gujarat's pace attack versus the Rajasthan's spin attack? We talked about how good Rajasthan's spin trio were in the last game. So, do you think that could be a fascinating battle? Two different sort of attack going against each other.
I think the risk we run, Shubayan, of finding these little pigeonholes is to forget that there's someone called Rashid Khan in the side, right? So I was watching an interview of Anil Kumble, and
One
he was
man
asked.
army, one man army.
Yeah, so
Yeah, yes.
he complements the fast bowler definitely with Alzari Joseph, Mohit Sharma coming back to bowl that good spell in that last game, and Mohammad Shami. It's a fantastic attack to have, but with Rashid Khan coming in and backing them up, I think that's a wonderful attack to have. But Rajasthan has the batting to counter all of this. I think it's going to be exciting. While we keep looking for the subscripts within the larger script, uh, I think we just focus on 40 overs, enjoy the game because I know it's going to be a humdinger. It's probably going to be the best match of the season so far.
It's
That was a
far fetched,
call.
but can I say something? You know, it's very far fetched what I'm gonna say. But today, when I was discussing this the encounters with my friend, both of us said the same thing that Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals, and I'm repeating, this is far fetched. What could be, very well the final of IPL 2023 could well be because Gujarat seems, and initially it is Rajaraman. Rashid Khan becomes that much more important because there are no spinners in the Gujarat lineup other than Rashid Khan. They are mostly pace dependent in India, and yet Rashid Khan completely changes the match every time he gets the ball.
Who's taking
Sorry,
that one? Who's taking that one? Rashid Khan.
Rashid
maybe
Khan
Bharat.
Bharat.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, Bharat. Yeah.
Rashid Khan obviously adds a lot to that side. He's someone who doesn't just have the control. Rashid Khan, someone who has three, four types of googlies. Googly itself has three, four types, and it definitely adds a lot to that seam bowling attack. He's so experienced. He's played a lot of matches. Whereas only a few cricketers have gone after him. You have to go down to Callum MacLeod or someone from Scotland who once. Completely dismantled Rashid Khan. That's like once in say 10, 50 times or 100 times it happens. So to have him in the side is something that GT definitely that's a boon for them.
Let's quickly take the predictions before we close the show. MI, let's start with the game one, MI versus KKR. Rajaraman, your prediction for this match, and of course the second one, GT versus the Rajasthan Royals.
I would back KKR today. Gut feel says that
Ooh.
KKR will pull something off and change the statistics that you've got with you.
Wow, big prediction.
If it happens, then definitely I'm changing my shirt color in the post match show to blue.
Oh,
You can buy.
I thought
You
you're
can.
changing it to
You
purple.
can. You can get me a cup of Mishti Doi when KKR wins tonight.
Definitely, definitely. If it happens against Mumbai Indians in Wankhede, definitely I'm sending you a Mishti Doi Cup. But the next games are Rajasthan Royals versus Gujarat Titans, the repeat of the last year's final.
I will be very biased because I've got friends in the Gujarat Titans side. Ashish Kapoor and I go back to the Delhi Daredevils days. Ashish Nehra and I go back even before that. So I think these with these two people in the lineup and a Gary Kirsten calming things down there, uh, they will be hard to beat. They have got uh, a player for everything. They've got their bases covered. And I think the best part is I saw a picture last yesterday. A friend of mine had clicked this. Sunil Vaidya, who's a former journalist of the from the Middle East, used to work with Gulf News and Khalij Time. He clicked a picture of Ashish Nehra riding a scooter with Rahul Tewatia
Yes.
sitting at the back. Now, these are attention to detail. From one ground to the other is a long way to go in Ahmedabad, and therefore Ashish Nehra had this little scooter to take one of his key players on the scooter. Now they are paying attention to detail. They're creating a wonderful culture. I think therefore I back Gujarat Titans today.
Staying in Goa, Ashish Nehra is no alien to the scooty culture. I would say. Bharat, your prediction for both the matches, MI versus KKR first, then followed by GT versus Rajasthan.
So every match is different. So I'm also kind of going with Rajaraman sir and backing KKR. So let's see. They have scripted a couple of Easts this season. So who knows? My gut feeling says somehow my gut feeling says they might chart a few more such Easts or jailbreaks. And every match is different. So let's give KKR a chance. The other one, I have a gut feeling perhaps it would be the day of uh, RR, backing them to come out on top once against GT. I know it didn't go their way last year in the final, but somehow I feel this time they would get one, pull one back.
Hmm. I think that's a good note to end the show, Trisha. The match has already started, and we'll be back after both the matches end at the end of the second match to discuss both the matches. We'll have plenty of masalas, hopefully, to talk about and cook a good meal at the night. So we'll see you
Thank
guys
you,
in the post match.
thank you for letting me gate crash in today and
Yes,
wangle a Mishti Doi of you tonight.
Absolutely.
definitely. If KKR pulls it off at Wankhede, then definitely. I'll Swiggy or Zomato you something. So that's a good note to end the show. Will be yes, sir.
Have a lovely time watching the games, the two of them.
Yeah.
Catch up with you soon.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. That's a good note to end the show. We'll be back after the second match. So don't forget to join us. Here's Arjun Tendulkar along with Sachin
He has
Tendulkar.
actually
So
bowled the
enjoy.
he has actually
Yes,
bowled the first over and given 5 runs away. So
good
we
start.
should, yes, good
Yes,
start,
good
and
start. Let's
we
just
have to
go
be
and enjoy
serious and
Arjun
watch the
Tendulkar.
match.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.